Live. It's Super Sunday, March 12th, 2023. Now we're in the mid 20s. Just to think, my grandmother was born in 1920, and I remember her telling me about growing up. I can remember when I was little, it didn't seem like that was a long time ago, like the 1920s. I used to think that was when the world started becoming modern, you know. But anyway, here is
the roaring.
I'm in Louisiana with Louisiana Beer Reviews. Beverage Ramble is in Georgia, and Michael Komaroff is in Brooklyn, New York City, New York. So I sent David a link. We'll see what happens. He probably won't join, but you never know. You might shock. Oh, I know he's not going to join. He's going to that St. Patrick's Day parade.
Yeah, they had one here yesterday in the downtown Atlanta. I thought about going, but I just didn't want to get too caught up in anything, so I did other things yesterday. So
yeah, I could go to that today, but I drove down there yesterday. We did beer reviews. I'm not driving back. All right, here's what I've got. This is going to be going away. It's probably already gone. Steel Reserve.
Who brews Steel Reserve, Jay? Who's the brewer?
Molson Coors.
Okay.
10% alcohol. This is Steel Reserve Tiki Series Island Punch. And it's a malt beverage with natural flavors and certified color. Because you know how you always say to yourself, man, I'd love to drink a beer that had food coloring in it. Well, here's your chance. And this is a 5-ounce serving. So it's got 3 servings in this can. It is 10% alcohol, and it's 137 calories per serving. So 137 times 3 plus some. Here's the ingredients: water, corn syrup, barley malt, yeast, hops, sucrose, which is table sugar, citric acid, natural flavors, sodium benzoate, food, drug, and cosmetic yellow number 6, and potassium.
All kinds of good stuff.
And potassium sorbate added for freshness. So basically, this is kind of like a health food drink, the way I'm looking at it. And it's got some little fruits on there, and it's got what is that? Orange, pineapple, and maybe mango, which I know is a big Michael Komaroff thing. All right, so I'm going to put that in the banners in a moment, and we'll go over to Jean-Pierre. Here's Jean-Pierre's channel, y'all. If you want to watch Beverage Ramble, and I know you do.
Hello, everyone watching out there on YouTube around the world, across America. I'm drinking today a Cara beer. I've had this a few times. Cara Premium Lager. This is Caribbean original, as they say. 1950, made its debut. ABV is somewhere on this here, 5% ABV. Believe it's the same people behind Red Stripe. I could be wrong.
That would be Heineken, so I don't know.
Heineken 5%.
All right, got it.
Cara Lager. And I'm looking at the website right now. Welcome to Cara Brewery. And of course, the whole thing in your age. So, You know, 108 calories, 8.2 grams of carbs, 5% alcohol, 0 fat. So, a nice, smooth, easy drinking lager to have any time of year, definitely during the summer months. You need some nice, good fried fish, some fried plantain, or a nice salad was nice and easy to go down. This is it. So, and yes, Heineken is somehow involved with this company.
Okay.
They have their hands in everything. So,
well, not everything, but it seems like it.
Yep. I'll pour it once I get my mug clear. I got my nice ice cold glass right here. So I do my pour right now. And there you go. And there it is, everybody.
Okay. Hold on a second.
I guess Mike's turn.
All right. Hold on.
Come on, man.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, now Jay's definitely had this.
I never heard of.
Oh, you've
Wild
never
Brown.
had Smutty Nose Old Brown Dog? Maybe you haven't. Okay, this is from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and it's Smutty Nose Old Brown Dog. It's an American brown ale, 6.5% ABV. And as far as I know, Smutty Nose is still independent as a brewer. So I don't think anybody now you have to actually check to make sure because things happen from minute to minute on these acquisitions. So you never know. As far as I know, they're still independent. And let me pour it into the glass here. Let's get the glass into the thing. It's not as dark as a stout.
No.
I guess you'd call this kind of like a chestnut brown, maybe.
Yes.
And you notice the head's pretty nice. And so I will give it back to Jay, and I guess we're going to come around and do our description.
All right. So y'all see I got my new camera Thursday.
Good. Looking good. Looks good. Wide. It's real good.
Wide angle. All right. Maybe Jordy will join.
I got plenty of room in my book in case somebody else comes on.
Jordy's ding. Jordy's ding. All right. The magic of food chemistry. Here we go. We got some good food, drug, and cosmetic. Yellow number 6.
Like that color.
It's coming out orange, though. Orange, clear, and sparkly. And I'm going to go put the rest of this in the freezer because, as you guys know,
8%.
these are products that you definitely do not want to warm up.
No. Now, there was another one I had that was similar to that, Jay. I think it was the MD Tangy Orange from MD 2020, another one of those cocktails. Had the same coloring and everything, you know.
Here's the big announcement. Michael Comer was probably thinking like, oh, great. But that's okay. You got the right to ridicule these products. You got a right to ridicule any product. Okay. This is going away, but I'm going to show you what they're selling now. So here's the Island Punch that I have, and then you see to the side is the Strawberry Daiquiri.
Right.
Then they've got spiked pineapple, blue raz, orange soda, watermelon, and blackberry. They don't have the Tropic Storm anymore. That was my favorite one, the Tropic Storm, but maybe they figured people took offense to it because they had too many people's homes were damaged by tropical storms. But this is being replaced by the new Tiki series, and they're going to have an all-new can design for these products within the next few. Maybe it's already on the shelves now. But what the story is that they decided to lower the alcohol to 8% from 10 for the Tiki series. So this is going to put them in line with the other Steel Reserve, and they're going to all be 8%. So this is one of the last 10 percenters. I don't know why they lowered it, but whatever case. So
How's it smell?
okay, so here's the aroma. Have you ever had this, Jean-Pierre?
I've not had it. I mentioned I was telling you about the MD 2020 series, the Tangy Orange I had.
Oh yeah,
it kind of looks similar to this.
From Anheuser-Busch, yeah.
Yeah.
And Jay, I tend to shy away from those beverages, but no,
they're okay trying them, but they're just too.
Enjoy.
I assume Michael's never had it.
I have never had it.
So the aroma, I'm going to be fair, I'm not going to just make it an object of ridicule, So the aroma is a little boozy, 10%. So it does smell like a malt beverage. In other words, you get the grain body, the corn syrup, and the barley malt body. Then you get this weird fruit aroma. It is natural flavors of whatever they're using. it doesn't specifically say pineapple or mango flavor. It just say natural flavors, and are hinting at that. But that could be not necessarily the truth. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Jake.
All right. Woo! That's a wallop of fruit flavor. These products are sort of like a high alcohol version of, say, like Hawaiian Punch. They probably have less chemicals than Hawaiian Punch if you read the Hawaiian Punch ingredients list. Hooray! Happy. Yep. Thank you, Oliver. Hello, Claude. Well, you can rate the coffee if you want. Okay. Mm-hmm. And his Miller High Life had an upside down label on it. The label was printed incorrectly. Yeah, real beer. Whoever heard of beer that should taste like beer? That is heresy in this day and age. Okay.
Is the flavor artificial at all or not?
No, I wouldn't say so. Like they say, they're using natural flavors. The only thing artificial is the color. It's food coloring, like
right.
People put on cake icing and stuff. Now, when we say natural flavors, we don't necessarily mean that the people at Molson Coors are sitting around in a circle squeezing fresh mangoes and pineapples and making chunks of pineapple and soaking it in the beer. They could do that, but you know as well as I do, they're not doing that. It's probably huge plastic containers of natural whatever flavoring, right, that they buy on the wholesale market, and they're probably dumping it in the beer and letting it soak for so many days, and then they filter all the stuff out. Wouldn't that sound more likely? Definitely.
Yep.
Now, it is more fruit flavored than malt flavor. If you think about it while you're drinking it, some of the grain comes in, but it's very faint. But it's there. You can't get around it. It's there with that 10%, you know. You're not going to give this to somebody and they're going to really think it's Hawaiian Punch, you know. But
the grain, Jay, is more subtle than it's out there.
It's underneath. The fruit is over the top. And it's like, say, tropic punch. You ever been to a wedding and they got the punch?
Right. Sometimes it's spiked with champagne or wine.
Yeah. Yeah, the champagne or vodka or rum. Well, this is what this is supposed to taste like, and this is what it does taste like. It tastes like a going to a wedding or some similar event and getting the spiked punch. Nobody ever drinks that and says, "Oh wow, it is so amazing! I just can't get over how good it is." You know, you just drink it. It's usually got a lot of ice. And you're talking, and you might drink two, and then you always got this aunt or uncle over there that's drinking like a lot of it. And you know, they'd be like, "I ever tell you that I love you?" And it's like, "Oh wow, Uncle Scotty, you're gonna be really sick tonight," you know. And it's like, and somebody's like, "Man, can you believe that?" And it's like, "Yeah, he always does that." Yeah, that kind of thing. It's kind of funny, but this is like a fun drink. I don't know if this is a serious beer connoisseur drink.
No.
You know.
Kind of same with the Rita line and these mixed drinks, you know, the Cayman's Jack. You're comparing in the Reds at you know, it's Angry Orchard, all that other stuff, you know.
It's got a beer aftertaste, but it's basically designed for people that don't like the normal taste of beer. And if you like it, I wouldn't drink more than one of these. It's 10% alcohol. I mean, you're really asking for trouble. But it's easy going. And one interesting fact, and then I'll shut up. It's a flavored malt beverage, which by law, and William Kepler used to talk about this kind of stuff, must contain hops. It has to contain, and it's not just like you put one hop cone in there and say, "Oh yeah, it's got hop." It's got to have a certain percentage, and I think that's done to protect hop growers, you know. So it has to contain hops. It could be aromatic hops. Doesn't have to be bittering hops, right? Doesn't say what kind. So any malt beverage must contain hops, but beer does not have to contain hops if it's an alternative type beer. If you read the government website, beer has to be made from barley malt and or these other substitutes, which include, it doesn't even limit it, and they list things like sugar, beets, all kind of crazy. I can't remember all the different, you can use substitutes for malt and call it beer. They sell sugar beers. A lot of those seltzers are sugar beers, but those do not have to contain hops. So it'll wear your mind out trying to think about all that. Okay, anyway, so I'll give you my score when I come back to this.
Before you go to Jean, this
Yes.
is the same company that also makes the regular Hurricane one, right?
No.
That's Anheuser-Busch, but they make a regular one of this. They make Steel Reserve, and it comes in at 6% in Louisiana, or 8.1% in most of the other states. I don't know why they picked Louisiana for 6%. I guess they figured we had
Louisiana, Arkansas, and Vermont are the only three that 6%.
Okay.
I've had that, by the way. That's something I have had.
Oh, the 6%.
8.1.
Oh, the 8.1. That's a high gravity. That's a little much. The 6% is more like a traditional Hellesbach, kind of like mild, very mild.
We had the 6% here until Molson Coors did their reshuffling, and then they got rid of the 6% and because the other 8% they had was the triple export here in Georgia. But now
they used to have the triple export, the black can or bottle and or label. And for whatever reason they discontinued it. And my daughter always said that was the best beer, one of the best beers she ever tried, because she don't research these products, Michael and Jean. She's not going to.
Did she get that in Mississippi or not?
Yes, but it's gone now.
Now it's not made at all.
No, and that one was the same specs, same calories, same alcohol, same, but it didn't really taste the same. And somebody told me one time, he said, they're probably using different hops, but that wouldn't change the calorie or the grams of fat or the ABV. If they use different hops to give it a different flavor. I said, hadn't thought of that. So the triple export was like their premier line, but they killed it so they can make Fruity Pebbles that I'm drinking. But one more thing about it. Miller Coors, then it became Molson Coors. They did not create Steel Reserve. They bought it in the year 2001. It was an independent company, and they got bought out. So, but we know that story.
Yeah.
It happens many times.
All the time, for sure. All right. I am drinking Cara beer, as you can see, premium lager, 5% ABV. I see.
I've never had it.
Wow, I'm surprised.
No,
I mean, very popular in the Caribbean and areas. And Michael, I'm sure you probably attest. There's a lot of Caribbean folks in the Brooklyn area, Haitian, Jamaican, Trinidadian, Tobago, whatever.
It's available here. I can get it. And
this is quite popular. This Guinness, Red Stripe. I think of another beer that's also kind of well known. Prestige is another one that's also owned by Heineken International. So as far as
would Presidente be one too?
Yeah, another one. That'd be another one. Is that very, very popular one as well. Yep, El Presidente. So
not El Presidente. It's just Presidente.
Oh, okay. So this is it. Like I said, the beer started in Trinidad Tobago, going back in the 1947, around that time, and so they so again, it's still technically owned by them, by the company. It's owned by ANSA MKAL. I don't know what company that is, but they do have their own brewery. And of course, Heineken helps market it in terms of promotion and distribution throughout much of the United States and whatnot, and other parts of the Caribbean.
Never seen that blue one.
Yeah. So,
you ever seen this one?
No.
Carib Blue 6% strong lager, huh?
Yeah. This beer won gold at the World Beer Cup in 2000, and for a low alcohol category. But how can I say it's low? It's 5%, but I guess going back 23 years ago, 2000, won silver medal. Excuse me, not gold, silver medal. And like I said, I've had this before a few times. I don't get this often regularly, but nice, very very refreshing, easy drinking. There you go. Cheers.
Cheers.
They have Guinness on their site too.
Yeah. Well, some promotional marketing agreement they have to distribute their beer in that area, in that region. So you'll see Guinness, you'll see Heineken, you'll see a few others on that site. So again, it's your standard lager. It's has a little bit of some hops, but not much. Again, super cold, very refreshing. Kind of reminds me a little of Red Stripe in a way, but Red Stripe has a little bit more flavor to it. This is about as good, but it somewhat balanced bland in a way for me.
Yeah.
There's a sort of an undertone of a little fruit I'm getting, like a banana or something on this one. That's just me, from what I'm tasting.
Banana.
But it's an okay lager. The others I have tried, I think it is good, but bland in a way, so one of those things that you'll, again, as I mentioned, food pairings, like I said, fried plantain and some griot, which is roasted pork shoulder from the Caribbean, a little something that dish I grew up having when I was a kid at home. So a little bit of that, a little bit of some conch meat. I'm sure you heard of that.
Oh yes, I've had it. I've eaten it.
Yeah, so a little bit of lemon, some spices, and all that. This would be a good beer to have with it. So, as a no frills product, just sit back, knock back on the beach or whatever, just hanging out with friends or just looking at the waves. You're just taking it easy, and this is what it is. So, and I was in Trinidad and Tobago going back to 2012 with my then late friend at the time I was with and my goddaughter. And then we stopped on the way, and there's a little spot, grabbed me a little beer, and so it was Carib, and only paid about $1 for it. It was on the street, just walking. So I was like, hey, not too bad price. $1 for a beer, walking the streets of Trinidad and just looking around and seeing the people and, heading to the beach, hanging out, all that good stuff. But
well, I'll say this much. They have an incredible array of beers that they produce at that brewery down there.
Yes, they do.
And they own four breweries.
Yes, they do. So the company is, like I said, all about distributing all that stuff to that territory and probably further down South America if possible. So, but yeah, like I said, not too bad. So I'll give my score.
Jay, you're going to try to find the Smutty Nose website for me?
Yes, I have it. I'll just want to update the comments here.
Okay, because it's cool. Friar Tuck has had the beer and liked it, the one I have, the Old Brown Dog. He's drinking Baltic Porter as he watches.
Yep.
I'd like to try that Carib, and I'd like to try that Carib Blue even more.
John, how much was the Carib? He wants to know.
Oh, this one was only about $1.79 for the bottle.
How much?
Yeah.
How much?
I didn't buy the whole 6-pack. I only bought,
$1.79, Jay, for the bottle.
Okay.
Bottle. So I got this at Total Wine when I was doing my shopping yesterday. Pick up some other stuff. So
Conch is like oyster tasting.
yes,
I've had it too. It's good.
Yep.
Join BC. Join.
Come on, BC. Come.
He came on the last time I was on. Okay, so anyway, let's show anybody who was not on earlier what this is. This is from Smutty Nose Brewing of Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
We don't get their beers.
American brown ale at 6.5%. Earlier when I poured it, the head has faded a little bit, but you can still see it. It's a nice like mocha head and a lot of glass lacing on the side. Described it as a chestnut color. And let's go through the description here. The nose is almost all malt. You get a very malty kind of front to it. There's really, it's not sweet either. You can tell that it's more to the bitter type side than being sweet, but very nice malty nose. Let me get a taste. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's really nice. I like brown ales. Brown ales, I think, are an underrepresented style. But I
agree.
I do like this. It's malty in the front, but it really has a really nice kind of, let's see how I would describe it. It's almost like you have a taste where the malts are delivering across, and very full flavor, medium bodied. I think this is a delicious beer. You can't really taste the 6.5%, but again, 6.5% is not that high. But to me, it tastes more like a straight session, more like about what Jean's beer was, about 5%. Goes down pretty easy. If you want to read something from it, Jay, did they give it a good description?
Well, I'm not going to read all that hype about curled up with a good book, cutting through the white caps. I'd rather read the specs about instead of all that, like James P. Madonna calls the violin playing.
Yeah, a good lager, read with a nice book, playing with the dog, sitting outside, all that, that picturing that ambiance,
Yeah, we get it. We know about all that. All right, North American two-row malts, Munich 10L, C120, and chocolate malts. The hops are Cascade and Galena bittering hops and Willamette flavoring hops. Okay, now the finer details. Oh, that's what they are. Okay, let's see what other beers this company makes.
When
I've had their IPA, so I know that that finest kind I've had.
I did too, because somebody sent it to me. We can't get their beers in Louisiana.
I haven't had either of the. I haven't had the easy kind or that other one. I've had the robust porter.
Okay, they make lager.
We get quite a bit of smutty nose. The co-op does carry it, so we do occasionally. I haven't had any of these sours from them.
Neither me.
Neither have I.
They make pumpkin ale.
If there's anything there, I think I've had their October. I think I've had their Oktoberfest before.
Do they do any Imperial Stouts?
Another cold IPA.
I don't think so.
Delta Dog IPA, Panther IPA, Wild Tracks Lager. I don't understand why these craft beer companies make lagers that taste like Miller High Life. I don't get that. But anyway.
You noticed that too, right?
if you've watched Bumpy's reviews and John's reviews, they've done some, it's close to where Bumpy lives. So they've done some stuff from Smut Labs, which is their kind of experimental division, where they have some stouts there, which they've reviewed or together and whatever from Smut Labs. And I've had some Smut Labs stuff too. So they do process some of it and send it out. But Smutty Nose is the main company. And I think it's really good. And I'll keep sipping and come back with a number when we come around our final time.
Okay. That's what we want, Tom. Yes. I am open-minded. Except for all my closed-mindedness, I'm open-minded. No, I'm not closed. I'm not closed-minded. I really am not. New York subway. Okay, Tom. All right. He's drinking on the subway. I bet he's the only person in New York City that ever drinks on the subway. Don't you think that's probably true, Michael?
Definitely.
Because they don't allow that in New York.
Never. Mr. Anili is not home, and that's why he could not host this morning.
Mr. Anili is what?
Not home.
Oh, that's no excuse. Okay. Now, and panhandling is not allowed on the subway either.
So you got out
Okay.
again, super duper cold. Never want to sell her. You never want to sell her any of these lagers ever. This high gravity doppelbox, whatever. Never. Stouts, porters, maybe you can
Yeah,
sell.
maybe. But I've been thinking about that cellar in business, and I got to tell you the truth, folks. I've aged beers 5 years. They taste better fresh. I don't care what other people say. I don't care what other people do. Drink them as old as you want. I don't care. I'm not drinking it. But when I buy beer, to me, it tastes best when it is fresh. Okay, I'm sorry.
Stouts too. Stouts.
I don't care what it is.
Right.
John, there's two sides to everything. Sometimes the cellaring does help it. To Jay, he just would rather drink it, and that's okay.
Yep.
And what is that from? That's from testing that out. It's not just saying, "Oh, I want it fresh for no reason." No, I've had both.
Okay. But there are people who do cellar on a regular basis, and they would argue with you that it tastes better. But it doesn't mean you're wrong.
No, right, I get that. I get that. But I've just noticed that when I taste those cellar beers, they just taste like old beer. I mean, some things change, but to me, it's
I'm at least in
that message is funny.
It has to be those imperial stouts, the big ones, those big alcohol ones that might show more change over time.
But David and I got, oh, that's great. Prior talk. David and I got into it, and he was saying, "Oh, all these museum beers," and I told him, I said, "All you're doing is killing your beers because we tested them out. I see you, BC." And I just didn't think they were that good. Now, other people might disagree, like Michael's saying, they may not all they may not.
Is BC going to come on?
Yeah.
Okay,
he's waiting patiently.
I'll put him into my book.
Now, BC, when you come on, I'm gonna let you do your whole thing at the end. I'll let you do your whole thing at the end, but I want to give my score now and get that out the way. Then we'll come back.
Right.
Hey, BC, how you doing?
Hi,
All
BC.
right, how you doing?
Good morning, Chris.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Pierre.
Now, BC is in Michigan. So we got 2 northern states versus 2 southern states. It's even. All right. Let's get to this concoction here. On a Sunday morning, drinking this thing. Oh, my gosh. All right. Well.
Feeling invigorated.
I'll probably feel medicated. And
you might turn orange.
I might turn out, might turn up. All right, but anyway, usually when I drink these things, I don't get like wild and, "Oh, you full of liquor, you wild." I usually just feel sick, ill, which to me is not a good feeling. I don't know why people pursue that. I don't see the point of it. But anyway, all right. I bought this when it first came out, the one I have here, the Island Punch, and I did the Strawberry Daiquiri. They were both very well made. I would never drink them on purpose. I would never buy them to drink. I don't like them particularly. On the other hand, lots of people do like these, as we've noticed from the explosion of the flavored malt beverage market. Everybody's making it. Now they even got craft beer companies making these flavored malt beverages. So even the beer snobs can't say too much about it because, oh, well, your favorite craft beers got them out. So, I mean, if you like the taste of Hawaiian Punch and all of these kind of things, Tahitian treat and all that, it's fine. I mean, is it well made according to the style? Certainly is. And so as far as what it is, I'm going to score it. Oh, and there's no high fructose corn syrup, so you don't have that weird sticky, weird drying thing going on with it. And yeah, I think it deserves an A in the style, but I hate the style. But that I'm sure most, of course, could care less if I hate the style or not. Why should they care? They're making a lot of money off of it. And no one forced me to buy it. I did it on my own. Okay, so for the style, and I think you have to review beers according to style. I've heard people say, "Oh, that's a bad style," and I say, "Time out." Once you tell me that's a bad style, I say, "Time out." You need to go back to beer review school because there's no such thing as a bad style. It may be a style you don't like. It'd be like saying that's a bad type of movie. Oh, I hate westerns; they're bad. No, they're not bad because you hate them. I don't like them either, but my father watched them all day long. I don't know why. But anyway, so there we go. A is, but I want to shoot what it is. All right.
So what's the number? A can be various numbers.
Oh, here it comes scrolling. Look.
Okay, I will look. I got it.
93. Me and Michael gave me a tutorial on scoring in 2015.
I got to put that in my book. I can't put A. It can be different.
Right. He gave me a tutorial, boy. All right. I'll come back for the other thing. Now, BC, be patient, BC. We're going to add Jean to do his score and Michael to do his score, and then we're just going to let you go through the whole thing.
All right. Awesome.
All right, real quick, everyone. Real quick, so BC can do this thing. Carrot beer, good premium lager. I'm gonna go 85 out of 100. It's okay, not something I get a lot, but it's a good lager. Super cold. No frills approach. 5%. Like I said, perfect for any, not just Caribbean food, but any seafood or whatever it is you like to consume. So.
I saw that beer at Total Wine and More for a single, but I didn't like the price, so I didn't buy it.
Yeah, what's the same price? About the same, because that's what I paid for it at Total Wine, $1.79.
No, it was like $2.79.
Oh no!
I was like, no, people. Uncle Ronald don't do that.
No, not me. And I've noticed the prices at Total Wine, at least when the last I was there, about
they went up just this week.
Last month. Yeah, prices have sort of kind of inched up a little bit here and there. I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Well, at least the stuff I bought, so I'll show them to them when we do promos. Were reasonable, but still kind of made me question, like, wow, this wasn't this price before. But anyway, 85 out of 100 for the Carib Lager.
Okay, hold on. Let's update the comments. A fellow Michigander.
You see before course is in the building.
The man and the legend.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I get that.
Yes.
The big cheese.
Yeah.
Belgian beer, chocolate peanut butter beer can be considered a questionable style. Yep. Well, I've never had a Belgian beer. Somebody was going to send me some, but he was lying.
Jay, can you hold up your can again? Somebody wants to see it.
You better take
Now,
note of this.
the Alloy series is still around, right?
The whole thing's still around, but these are being redesigned. The can's changing, and the alcohol is being dropped 2%. So yeah, it's a new revamp.
All right.
Well, revamp, not a new revamp, because all revamps are new. All right. Yeah, Uncle Ronald did get a new webcam, JV.
Super clear.
JV, did you and that guy?
Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy.
Well, this is JV's Hangouts. I was about to say.
But isn't Jeremy in charge of JV's Hangouts?
Well, I think JV's Hangouts and Jeremy, they don't get along too well. They have a lot of
some inner turmoil. Okay.
Yeah, they say a lot of stuff against each other, kind of like me and Michelin. Oh, never mind. All right. I was told to drink it in New York City if I put my 40 in a bag. No one bothered us on the subway when we did this a few years ago.
They still won't bother you. Don't worry.
Good.
Leave me alone. Let me drink my beer. Leave me alone.
Okay, as I mentioned earlier, I think brown ale is an underrated style, and more companies should come out with brown ales because they definitely are interesting to drink, and this happens to be a very good one. I agree with Jay that for the style, this is an A. I'm going to go a little bit higher, and to me, this is a 94. So, this is something. If you see a brown ale in your beer store, give it a try. And it's definitely not as heavy duty, even as a stout that would be 6.5%. And there are some stouts that are 6.5%. So it's the style is a little bit lighter and not as intense as a stout, but it's very good. It's easy drinking, and I think even people who drink macros, if they like dark beers, could like this.
Yeah.
So I don't think this would be a big step for somebody.
Good stepping stone.
For sure. I don't know what kind of distribution Smutty Nose has. As Jay has said, it's not in Louisiana, but it seems like in the New England states, it's pretty big. And it's available here in New York. Now, Turbo Dog is from Abita.
Anybody ever tried this brown ale?
I've had that. It's good.
Yes. Turbo Dog, really good. I might need to do a rehash of that coming soon. I could get that here. We get Abita beers here pretty easily here in Georgia.
Now, Jay, you can answer this. Why would there be less Abita beer here now than there was before?
I don't understand. It seemed like the distribution should be expanding, not shrinking.
Well, we used to be able to get it. I'm not saying I can't find it. I would have to search for it. It's not as accessible maybe as it once was. We never could get a whole bunch of them, but my daughter always liked the strawberry one or the raspberry one.
Yeah. Here's the new Abita.
That's been available here.
Here's the brand new Abita beer.
Truvit. Tried that, Jay?
David and I did a duo review yesterday.
What's that?
Okay, I'll have to take a look at it.
What kind of style is that?
Belgian style wheat beer.
Okay.
In other words, Shock Top, Blue Moon, you get it. But much better than those two that I mentioned. It doesn't really cost any more. Now, Michael's talking about either this beer that his daughter likes, as soon as it clicks on.
That's the one.
Raspberry lager.
That's the one she liked.
And don't forget, there was the Barney that came out. That was the combination of Purple Haze and Andy Gator.
We've had the Andy Gator here too. I've never seen the combination one.
And then another combination is the Straw Gator with.
So it's still available. I've seen the Andy Gator around here, so that's still available here. I've seen that.
The Straw Gator is really good.
How close is Abita, Louisiana, Jay, to where you are exactly?
Well, I have to drive around the lake, and the lake is big, so say like 70 miles. But if they didn't have the lake in the way, it would be like 40 miles.
So you could get there faster by boat.
Well, I mean, it's a hassle to get there because of this big lake. You have to go around it, you know.
Can't you go through it in a boat?
Well, yeah. But by the time you do all that, you just soon drive. But yeah, I don't go there too much because it's such a pain in the butt. But I like to go there. Here's a new one that came out about 3 years ago: peanut butter and jams.
Never saw that one.
Flavors of peanut butter and strawberry preserves. So in other words, it's made to taste like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It does taste like a peanut. Okay, BC's being patient, so let's go to BC.
Yeah. You know, that reminds me, I ended up reviewing a beer called, what was it, Knott's Beer. It was supposed to be like a pretzel, and it did drink just like a pretzel. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah?
So, yeah. So, but the beer I got today on the show is Red Stripe, the Jamaican lager. I think it's 4.7 ABV.
Correct.
Yeah. IBUs, I'm not too sure of, but it's going down pretty good. Nice and clean. Nice floral aroma to it. It's kind of sweet to me, but it's okay. I mean, I'm more used to having like hoppy beers, like your Two Hearted Ale or your M43 or something like that. But it's a nice change. They have something sweet to change it up with. You know what I mean? But it's going down good. It's going down clean, and it's a pretty awesome beer. I mean, actually, the first I've never had this beer until I reviewed it on my show way back when. So I'm actually kind of impressed by this beer. So still do to it, but I enjoy it. Lacing on it's kind of lacking, but that's not really an issue, really. I mean,
Do you see the
just kind of there
website?
for
Do you see the website that I'm showing?
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
So that's still brewed in Jamaica, correct, Jay?
Yes, and also when they have overflow, like they don't have enough capacity, they brew the cans in the Netherlands.
Oh wow.
Is it
Okay.
owned by a conglomerate?
Heineken.
Oh, they seem to have their feet in a lot of stuff these days. Heineken.
Yeah, they bought Red
Yeah.
Stripe Brewery. It's made with Pilsen malt, hops. Now, in America, they use corn or rice as the filler, but look what they use in Jamaica as the filler: cassava starch and water.
Hmm.
Cassava, that's from like a root. Now, look at the Red Stripe Tall Boss. We don't get that here, Tall Boss.
Yeah. No, we get like the stubby bottles. Yeah. When I first hit the bottle of my fridge, I thought it was a Coors. Yeah.
It's very popular. Very popular within the Caribbean community. Red Stripe. You know.
We don't get this one.
You don't get the light either.
Yeah.
We definitely don't get the Lemon Paradise.
Nope.
It says Jamaica only. Red Stripe Light, Jamaica only. Red Stripe Sorrel, Jamaica only.
Wow.
Melon, Jamaica only. Apple. Doesn't say Jamaica only. Well, never seen it.
They're probably only doing it in limited distribution or, in limited areas just to test it out, probably.
Now, what we do get from this brewery, though, is the Dragon Stout and the Dragon Stout Fire.
Yeah.
We're angry with them, though, because it comes in a 9.6 ounce bottle, so we're not happy.
Right. Right. Now, the breweries Desno and Geddes. Thomas Hargreaves Geddes and Eugene Desnos formed Desno and Geddes. That's the brewery. But it was bought by, 1971. He came up with the Stubby. Okay.
Wow.
And it's owned by Heineken. It won a gold medal last year at the Monday selection. This is the 15th medal the beer has won over 10 years. Okay. That's cool.
Wow. Okay. Awesome.
BC, what are you going to give it as a number?
Well, he might have a few more descriptors.
Oh, you have more to say about it? I'll write it down. Still have room.
That's okay. Uh-oh, you went muted, boy.
Unmute, BC.
We see your mouth, but we don't hear your voice.
He's making his correction.
My old webcam is in the closet. That's where it happened to it. Still works fine. Just low tech, Yeah, he does hate Jeremy. See, he talked me into drinking their Camo Black.
I like this split personality stuff. It's wonderful.
Nitwit. Okay. Dedicated to you. Yeah, you all are always serious, JV. You never joke around, and I like that.
Okay. Can you guys hear me now?
Very good.
Oh,
BC,
yeah.
That's cool.
Okay. Look, somehow the headphones stopped working. The one on this side is technically my left side, but it just stopped working, and you guys couldn't hear me. As far as the score goes, I'll give it a 95.
Okay.
Wow, you like that Red Stripe.
Okay, I can. Oh.
And I say to that, hooray, beer!
Hooray, beer. Yes.
Hooray, beer!
The ambassador.
Remember those old commercials?
Well, I could barely hear you guys on here. So,
We hear you fine.
as far
hear
as
you
promos
fine.
go, I have no promos. What I'm going to do on my Wednesday show, I have no idea. I hate when I get like that. Generally, I'm up to 5 beers sometimes, but I'm gonna have
Life
to pick some up
happens.
between now and Wednesday. Don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I might do that bronze or gold ACDC tequila. I don't know.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
see. Beyond that, I have no idea.
Jay, are we going to do show and tell?
Yes. Hey guys. Hey, can y'all wait while I go get my show and tell?
Yep.
Go ahead. I gotta get my stuff too.
Let me go get my stuff. I got it on the thing over there. All right.
Okay.
Sean, when are you coming back to New Jersey again?
I'm thinking about coming back around April, but when I do, I'm gonna make a trip to come see you, man. Because obviously I hung
Okay.
out. Eric was in town.
I saw some of the pictures on Facebook. It was great.
Yeah. Eric was in town. Thomas Metal 75. Got a chance to hang out with him. Really good dude. Great guy. And so I will make my way when I come to Brooklyn, come to Jersey. I will make my way to your place and maybe do some reviews, or maybe you'll take me to that co-op, and maybe I might bring something back to Georgia. So.
We could also go to Other Half, which is a great place. It's just a half a mile away
Awesome.
from LA.
Awesome. So, but I definitely will let you know when I'm in town, and I'll definitely hit you again.
Okay, sounds great.
Are you gonna go see Michael like you came to see me in February? Oh wait, you didn't come in February.
No, I did not.
Like you came in March. Oh wait, you haven't come in March.
Everything's being worked out, my friend. Everything's being worked out, man.
He said he was coming to see us, and he didn't do it.
But Eric came. I saw Eric, so I'll definitely come down to Louisiana to come see you, and definitely want to see Michael.
Hey, that's okay.
In Michigan, definitely going to see BC. So
I'm not mad just because you like Eric more than me. I'm not mad about that.
Eric came to him. He didn't go to Eric.
I'm hurt, but I'm not mad. But I'll get you, John.
One of the days.
Now, before I get my revenge against Jean-Pierre, he's going to go see Michael. No, I'm just joking. But I might go back to New York one day. Michael's going to be like, he's coming too much.
Yeah.
It will be the third time the next time you come.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Michael's going to be like, this guy stop coming to my house. All right. Anyway, I did buy this for $1.99. This is a full-size bottle. I think somebody got some background kind of warble, kind of gluggle.
I will mute mine in case it's me.
Sometimes it starts to happen, you know. I think it's BC. Let's see.
Hold on.
It is. BC's having that retro, that reverb. So I bought this for $1.99 at International Market. It's a full-size bottle. It's not a mini bottle. David Garland bought some too because, you know, he's like me. He loves a bargain. $1.99, folks.
Some of these deals you get, it really feels like it's out of a truck.
Exactly.
Glass.
That movie, Goodfellas, yes.
Right. It's like Goodfellas. So, hey, you know, when it's a deal like that, you just got to go for it because now if I don't drink it for 10 years, what have I lost? $1.99. Okay. Then I got to do brandy coming up in it'll probably be a year before I get back to brandy, but I couldn't pass these up because they were such a good deal at Total Wine and More, which their deals are not that good anymore. But I bought these two brandies. I know nothing about them. Nothing. But I bought Classic Club, which I'm pretty sure nobody in the club drinks this, but it's Classic Club VSOP in your beautiful plastic bottle. And nothing says quality like the thud of plastic. But it was $14.49 for this huge jug. So I figured, what the heck? Now, this other one might be a little better. I don't know. It's in glass, at least. It's glass. This was $18.99 for this huge thing, this monstrosity. It's called $18.99 Royal VS. I'm pretty sure it's not from $18.99. I'm sure it has nothing to do with royalty. And I'm sure they probably should put BS instead of VS. But beyond that, it says from Bardstown, Kentucky, which is telling me I know it's probably Heaven Hill. I would bet money on that, but it does have a date, guys, on the bottle. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? All right. So Wednesday, let's see. Wednesday coming up, we're going to, I know Michael won't be here, but we're going to examine Busch beer because nothing says bland like Busch. Oh, wait, they don't say that. It's head to the mountains of Busch, right? Head to the mountains because you know they got a lot of mountains in St. Louis, Missouri. Then we're going to do Thunder and Thursday again. Then probably Super Sunday again because our Stout Sunday guy is off on escapades, probably having a good time.
He was out dog walking with Kate this morning.
See? Go walk a dog. Milwaukee, and if you're in England and you go walk the dog, that means you're going to drink a Newcastle Brown Ale. Milwaukee's Best Light is coming up on Wednesday the 22nd. Then Wednesday the 29th is any beer for spring beers. Well, don't just come on here and say, well, you could argue that this is good for spring. No. I don't mean that. I mean a beer that's specifically made for spring, like that Abito True Wit.
Or a Maybach. A Maybach would be something that's made for spring.
A Maybach or one of those Samuel Adams springtime variety pack beers. You know, it's made for spring. And that's all for March. We'll deal with April when April comes around. But everybody knows the first Wednesday in April is what?
Let me see. I'll try to find that spring beer.
Yeah. What is the first Wednesday of any month? Always.
You have to tell us. We're very dense.
Apparently. Joker's Wild Wednesday.
Right.
The first Wednesday is always Joker's Wild Wednesday. All right. So that's all from my that's all from my promos.
Bring anything. All right. Always fun times. Jay, Michael, and BC. Always a lot of fun. I am a couple of beers I picked up. 2 beers I already reviewed. I reviewed the Dragon's Milk Reserve number 2. This is the one with 2022 edition. This is the one with the cookie, which I had a very tough time pronouncing that cookie name. Cinnamon and then some chocolate and coffee. That's up on the channel right now. Also, I did the Southern Tier Irish Cream Stout review. So those are the 2 reviews that are uploaded. This is what I have coming up.
How you like this comment?
Yeah. Have you ever seen this? Black Beard's Breakfast. This is a porter brewed with coffee and aged in bourbon barrels. This is out of Baltimore, Maryland, from Heavy Seas Beer. So I don't know if you've seen this one here.
Never in my life.
Michael, have you seen this?
No, but I've heard I've actually been to Heavy Seas in Baltimore to their brew pub. Yeah. Never seen that one.
I have a dear friend of mine. I told I was going to go see her in April. I will check that out as well. From Scofflaw, this is the Hooligan Indian Pale Ale.
Never saw that either.
Never heard of it.
So this is their 7% ABV. From Stone, this is what I'll be reviewing. Their Hazy IPA.
Oh, yay.
I like Stone stuff.
Yeah, Stone.
It's very pastel. The label's very pastel. Reminds me of the Golden Girls. They always wore pastel sweaters and stuff.
Dun, 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 dun. Thank you for being a friend.
Yeah, I like what JV says. Guys, it's pretty bad that John would rather walk a dog than hang out with his stout friends.
He will be back.
He will be back at least 2 or 3 more times this year. All right.
Yeah, real quick. All right, I'll be real fast. Light Sky Citrus. I thought I have done this, but it looks like I didn't do this review. But Citrus, I'll do reviewing that. Also, I have from Wild Heaven. This is from the ATL. This is their ATL Easy IPA. I don't know anything about Easy, but to me it says 6%, so I don't know how easy that's going to be. And then this one here, I'm sure some of you probably know, Radler Burger Pilsner.
Yes, I've had that.
Yeah. So this is the one. This is I'm going to review this one. 150th anniversary, 150 years of brewing. So I got that.
Radaburger, not Rattler Burger.
Okay, say it again.
Radaburger.
Radaburger. Okay, Radaburger. So
Radaburger.
Radaburger. I'll be reviewing that. I'll probably review that soon. And as far as Fandango, or excuse me, Thundering Thursday, I already got my liquor and I've already hit a little bit of it already. Ezra Brooks Bourbon Whiskey, Kentucky Sour Mash. I bought this yesterday.
I've never had it, but I've heard about it many times.
Yeah, so I got that. I'll bring that for Thundering Thursday, 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. And Jay, I'll be joining you Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific for
Bush beer.
For Bush beer. Yeah. So
John, I have a feeling that by the time Thursday comes around, there won't be any of that Ezra Brooks left.
I'm going to be a good boy from this point on.
All right. Now BC's going to do his promos. Michael, do you have any promos for your channel?
No. BC can go first if he'd like.
No, you can go, Michael.
Okay, you can put me on. I will do it. All right, I have 3 high ABV stouts to show. The first 2 are from this Beer Advocate big stout series that Giant Space Monkey and I bought, and we have been going through them. We'll be going through another couple tomorrow when he's over. But this is from Chicago, from Revolution Brewing. I don't know. Do you get any Revolution stuff down there? I don't know.
No.
Okay, so this is called Dark Mode. And it is what do they say about it? 13.8% alcohol. Chocolate malt, traditional roasted barley, black malt. Anyway, so it's this Russian Imperial type stout. Okay, that's from the big series. Also, one that's more well known to everybody because they've been doing it for a while. This is Firestone Walker Parabola. And this
Heard of it? That's a legendary beer.
2022 edition. This one's 15%. So that's another one. We're not doing these tomorrow, but we're going to be doing them in the close end future. Now, the last one I'm going to show is from North Carolina, from Burial Brewing.
Mm-hmm. Heard of them.
And this is their Anno Domini. Who's good at Russian numerals? Not Russian numerals, Roman numerals.
I am.
MMXX1.
2021.
Okay, so this was from 2021. Let's see if there's a date on it when it was brewed. It's also 15%. And what do they say about it? This is a rum barrel-aged imperial stout with coconut, hazelnut, and Mexican vanilla bean.
Whoa, bet that wasn't $1.50.
Somebody gave it to me, but look at the top. It's got that. I love these tops.
That kind of wax-looking plastic.
Waxy kind of top on the front. And this is one that I'm probably going to sit on. I know, Jay, we can talk about, if whether saving it is better or whatever. Some of the stuff that's in David's museum, he's waited just too long for it. He lets the stuff sit around too long. But
Right.
Giving the beer a little bit of a chance to get more mature, I think, especially with imperial stouts, probably can be beneficial.
Doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make any difference to me if people want to save it,
If you want to drink it fresh, you can, but you certainly anything that's a big imperial stout, you can't sit on it without it losing anything. But just don't wait too long. People who sit on beers 10 years and longer, it can turn into, not good.
Yeah, like vinegar. Oh, and David,
Go down,
by the
yeah.
way, my friend, by the way, David called me. David called me to let me know he's on the parade route.
He's walking in the St. Patrick's Day parade.
Yeah, he's on the route right now, waiting for the parade to start. All right, now we're gonna go to BC. Any promos?
No, I've got no promos. I got to pick some beers up before my Wednesday show. I don't know what I'm gonna get. So
Right. If you want to
figure
join,
something out.
if you want to examine Bush beer on Wednesday, join us. We're examining Bush beer.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
May not
I
be
can
too
make
exciting.
guarantees, but I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, it
So,
may not be too exciting, but we're gonna do it anyway. Heck.
yeah,
All right.
true. I mean, I've always had fun on your shows anyway, so I mean, it's not a big deal.
All right.
So,
Well, I guess that's it, y'all. We're all here, and we're gonna have a Sunday.
Jay, thank you for hosting.
You're welcome.
yep.
And
Thanks for having me on.
if you're welcome, and if John and Millie would have said we're doing Stout Sunday, I'd have been able to run to Mathern's and get a stout because it's only a mile away. Mathern's only a mile away, and
Maybe he'll host next week.
maybe, but I can't join next week. I got something to do. So
Baseball game?
yeah, can you believe it? When he can host, I can't join. But no, I cannot join next week, y'all. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Maybe,
maybe the week after.
No Super Sunday. All right.
Can't do it next week.
It is, John, it's possible that John and Illy will host next week. So maybe
Yeah, it's always possible.
have
Sure.
a stout ready and he'll maybe come on.
And
Yeah.
and y'all know I always watch the playbacks. Y'all know I make comments on that. All right. Well, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm gonna get off of this and go call my friend David back. So Jean-Pierre is winking for some reason. So Jean-Pierre, you got something to say at the end here?
Nothing to really say. I hope everybody have a great week. March Madness will start in earnest on Tuesday with the first four. Tuesday and Wednesday.
World Baseball Classic.
The World Baseball Classic. I've been following a little bit of that. I know the USA did well last night against Great Britain. Just have a great time. Enjoy the tournament. The weather's getting warm. Hopefully, everyone just get out, enjoy this warm weather. And of course, St. Patrick's Day coming up next weekend. So please, everybody, be on your best behavior. Don't overdo it. Have fun.
We're supposed to get snow tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Do you have a snow? Do you have a kazoo you'd like to play at
John,
the
you
end
have a
here?
kazoo? Where's James when we need him?
Yes.
Right.
So please
No
enjoy
bongos.
Selection Sunday. We'll find out where your teams go, but enjoy the week, enjoy this month, and just take it easy. Don't overdo it, and just have fun. And God bless you.
Now, Beverage Ramble's going to close us out, and then Beverage Ramble, here you go on the closeout.
All right. Cheers, everybody. Live, laugh, and love. Whatever I have.